So many of you have come to hem us in. Don't you think it's a bit over the top?
Hand me the jade eye. Are you crazy?
I'm giving you two options. One, you could let us go. Two, we all die. Go! Go!
I can catch her for you.
There's no need.
Calm down. Just hand over the jade eye to us, and you might get a shorter sentence.
Mr. Zhang, I promised to tell you about my involvement with Mr. Gu after we dealt with the robbers. Shall we find a place to talk? I didn't kill Mr. Gu.
Grandpa Gu died after receiving your message. Meet me at room 102 if you want to know about the expedition. Ryosuke Nakagawa. Do you remember? I was with Grandpa Gu at Ling Ti room. He went out after receiving your message. Then he was killed. Other than you, I couldn't think of anyone else who'd be capable of doing that, and in such a short time.
I admit, that day, I indeed was at the Ling Tea house.
I will tell you about the expedition. At 5:15, meet me at room 102 of Ling Qi room. Gu Tianfeng.
That day, I went there, as requested. When I stepped into room 102, what I saw was the body of Mr. Gu. We're 5 minutes late, so improper of me. Mr. Gu. I'm so sorry, Mr. Gu.
Okay. If what you say is true, Grandpa Gu still went downstairs at 5:15, the same time you went. How did the murder happen then? And how did the murderer get away?
Because I didn't arrive there on time. I was 5 minutes late that day, gave the murderer time, and I became a suspect.
If you're innocent, why did you run away to Kiev?
I didn't run away to Kiev. I had a feeling that the messages and Mr. Gu's death were parts of a bigger plan. So I traveled to Kiev to entrust the Jade Eye to Victor's safekeeping. I am not the murderer, but I didn't tell the police what I know in the time, so I always felt guilty about my inaction. Mr. Zhang, someone sent messages to lure both of us to the same room. Then this person placed on me the suspicion of murder. Whoever messaged the two of us is the real murderer.
The messages both mentioned something about the expedition. Just what happened back then? That could make you both so interested.
What does Mr. Ryosuke do? Huh? He built a luxury Japanese villa in Kiev? My god, his antiques are worth a ton.
Antiques are his passion. You know, Mr. Ryosuke also inherited some from his father, in addition to those he collected on his own.
See? You hear this? Huh? Father and son, both are rich. Oh, nice.
His father, Mr. Yuhei Nakagawa, was very fond of Chinese culture. He once joined the Chinese scientific expedition as an archaeologist. He went into business after returning home and founded Nakagawa Corporation.
Oh, so what kind of business does his family run?
They are in real estate, appliances, and the export business. Of course, they also deal in antiques.
What are the odds? I also know quite a bit about antiques myself. Can you introduce me to him? We can be friends. We run an antique shop in Panjinyuan in Beijing. Drop by. Anytime.
Don't mind him. The mention of money excites him. It's an ingrained reaction. Hey. You said Mr. Yohei Nakagawa was a devoted archaeologist. Why did he go from research to business? When he went home? Is there a story to it?
Oh, this way. Please follow me.
"40 years ago, my grandpa Zhuang Ximing went missing in Gansu on an expedition. He was never found. I think that he was murdered. The killer may be who he was last seen with. Mr. Nakagawa, do you recognize him? Next to my grandpa is your father. so, can I theorize that your father, for some unknown reasons, murdered my grandpa? Grandpa Gu uncovered some clues after some time. You, to bury the secrets under, chose to murder him too.
Do you have evidence?
After my grandpa disappeared, your father ran away to Japan. If he wasn't involved, why did he remain silent about this? Why was he unmoved by his death?
Mr. Zhang, please sit. You've proposed an interesting theory. Unfortunately, it is all wrong. My father fled to Japan to save his own life. He was in danger.
How come?
My father was not the man he'd been before. After he came back to Japan, he confessed after my mother's persistent questioning. Someone in China was hunting him. He didn't want to divulge any details, except that the pursuer was a Chinese who knew the truth. I suspect that it was your grandpa, Zhuang Qiming. I have read my father's research diary. It was recorded that an accident happened when he was exploring an ancient tomb structure. My father and your grandpa escaped at the same time. Then my father ran back to Japan covered in wounds and bruises, and your grandpa just disappeared. Do I also have reason to think that your grandpa attempted to kill my father and hid to avoid punishment?
My grandpa would never do that!
Just how well did you know him?
He would have no reason.
He wouldn't? Of course he would. My father had something valuable your grandpa wanted. You also have them.
What are they?
Eyes with special power.
Golden eyes.
You call them golden eyes. Interesting.
Hey!
A sword does not befit a maid.
Tea doesn't befit a brute.
The tea is good.
Hey, this sword must be expensive.
It can't be measured in money. It's a 13th century custom-made Makakura blade. Only a few still survive. It's incredibly precious.
Well, hot damn. Huh.
My father made his first fortune in life with those eyes. After I was born, my family had already amassed a great fortune. But later, my father developed many worrying symptoms. He lost his taste, his vision blurred. Next, his hearing started to decline. Eventually, he lost all senses. There's a concept in Japan, the 7-day Sakura. It means the brevity and brilliance of life. Just like a life with golden eyes. My father sought help from eye doctors and neurosurgeons. They believed that his optic nerves were damaged, which affected his eyes from functioning. That's why he could see the world in such ways that other people can't. Combined with his knowledge, he was able to discern the details and authenticity of countless antiques, just like you.
Then... your father... did his eyes later lead to his death?
He obtained that eye power on that expedition trip back in China. That's why I suspect your grandfather. Of course. Hardly anyone can know for sure. We can't bring the person culpable to justice now.
There is another possibility. When my grandpa and your father were still on that expedition, there was somebody else.
I've also considered this. Someone else killed your grandpa and then pursued my father. When evidence surfaced, he had no choice but to kill Mr. Gu to cover up his tracks. Which is why I've also investigated this.
Did you learn anything?
I don't believe that there was a third man.
I smell the scent of the earth.
I suppose you're talking about the ambergris in the incense. You don't seem to like this scent.
This is the same scent I smelt on Miss Qin.
You mean the daughter of Qin Haoran?
Yes.
In the West, it's known as grey amber. It has long been one of the most expensive ingredients. But few can appreciate its unique scent profile. I'm surprised to know that Miss Qin and I share similar tastes. I'm guessing the Qins have a strong influence over the Yunnan Stone Fair.
Yes. Feifei has investigated them, but they're not connected to the murder this time.
We'll have to investigate further if we ever want to really know what happened.
All right. Can I look at the jade eye?
Of course. This jade isn't vibrant in color, and it's very dense. Anyone would think it's a plain-looking jade stone. I do wonder if you can find out what is so special about it.
Inside the Jade Eye, at the Victor Museum, at its very center, there is a tiny black particle.
Your golden eyes are indeed quite remarkable. Sit. Sit. How's your wound? Much better. Your friends patched me up. Right in time, Mr. Zhang. I've invited Victor to tell us more about the Jade Eye. Upon Nakagawa's request, during this period, I have examined the Jade Eye from inside out with the latest technology. Perhaps you already knew. What really is so interesting is not the jade itself, but that extremely tiny particle inside of it.
So what is it then?
Initially, I thought it was just some random minerals mixed in with the jade. But after we conducted a more accurate analysis, we found that it emits out a strong radiation. The radiation remained rather stable inside the jade, but once the particle is exposed to air, it will immediately release. It tends to have an effect on cranial nerves and causes abnormalities. The changes often start in one's eyes. That's how you got your golden eyes. But as time passes by, other organs in your body will gradually stop functioning, and your body will give out.
Is there any way to undo the side effects?
There's still no cure. But science has advanced since my father's death 40 years ago. We need to find out more clues about golden eyes to further our work. My father had conducted a lot of research. He left behind valuable information.
Do you have a lead?
There is a Buddha cave in Gansu. It might have something.
What Buddha cave?
This Buddha cave could be the key to unlocking all the secrets of the Golden Eyes. But we have no idea where the cave is or what's inside it. I have sent my people there multiple times, but nothing turns up. Perhaps we could find out more about the Buddha cave with the help of your Golden Eyes. Mr. Zhang, are you interested in a trip to Gansu? We may uncover things about what happened back then and shed some light on reversing the effects of your Golden Eyes. Of course, I will provide you with plenty of manpower and equipment.
How can you believe him?
Right. This doesn't sound right. We're here to catch the bad guy. Now he's throwing the dirt on us?
Is he?
I don't think Nakagawa is as friendly as he seems. Maybe he's only using you. We don't know what he's really up to.
We need to learn the truth to get things back to normal. Besides, Nakagawa knows more about the Golden Eyes than us. We need to work with him to find a cure to this affliction.
We're going with you.
Any news on Lumang now?
Yelena has launched a citywide search.
Sir, how did the talk go?
It would be best if Zhuang Rui helps us find the cave and learn the truth of the golden eyes. Father's golden eyes led to the success of my family. I shall spare no efforts to elevate my family to even greater heights.
I have full faith that you will.
Hello?
We have news on Lumang.
Where is he? I'll be right there.
Hey, you right?
Bray, to be honest, I'm worried about your health.
I'm fine. Don't worry. If I see anything unusual, I will tell you. Lumang is a tough opponent. I wonder how Feifei is doing. We should have gone with her.
Relax. She's a pro. An officer knows the best. Once we get back, I'll send an award banner to her station. How's that? Talk to me. What do you think? About Feifei. She's pretty good.
I think you're a good man.
You're not bad yourself.
Ви бачили цих двох?
Вибачте, ми не маємо права розголошувати інформацію про наших гостей. Гей, віддай!
Could it be this one?
Come on.
Fei. He was just here.
Мені можна їхати?
Без проблем можеш.
Добре, дякую.
Yelena, call the police. But first, let's talk. I'll get to the point. Tell me, who do you work for? Don't want to talk? Okay, but I have to remind you. If you cooperate with me now, I'll put in a good word for you.
No thanks.
After I arrest Qin Jinping soon, we will talk again later.
Miss Qin has done nothing wrong.
Really? After all she ordered you to do? She's guilty as can be. Like father, like daughter. They're two of a kind.
She's adopted.